What it do, people? It's your boy Levelhead back with another video. I'm pretty sure y'all reading that this video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Viacom. Now, this is up on a site where a dude was pretty much expressing himself and his feelings about the decision and the path that Microsoft is going down with the Xbox One and all the things that come with it. Now, this video is the video where the executive Don Matrix made that statement about how if you don't have an internet connection, you need to either stick with the 360 or go buy a 360. He really didn't say it kindly. It was kind of ugly and nonchalant and kind of, I won't even say nonchalant, kind of showed that he was a little perturbed and a little upset by the reaction and the responses from people online and, you know what I'm saying, all over the internet. Now, I found the video and it's right here, so we're gonna play it, and it's already playing, so let's go back. And I want y'all to listen to what this dude says, then we're gonna get into the topic of this video. Check it out. 2 minutes, alright?
Rehearsals with Don Matrix. Don, good to see you again.
Great to see you, Jeff.
So this is a big week for you guys, coming only 3 weeks after the Xbox reveal.
19 days.
Yes,
who's counting?
Well, it was it was a long 19 days for a lot of gamers having to wait for some game announcements. So tell me, I mean, coming out of that reveal, how did you feel about it? Because I know obviously a lot of gamers have been all over social media complaining. I mean, what was your takeaway from that? What did you learn from that?
Well, look, we knew that we had to share two things: the vision for the box that we're creating, some of the features and functionality, and what it means to design something for the next decade. So people are looking at it, they're trying to imagine what it will experience, it'll provide, and they haven't had a chance to use it yet. So the first thing I'd say to people is, look, we designed something that's great. It is at its core a games box, and we've innovated for what we think are the appropriate scenarios moving forward. So that's one idea. Second idea is we're here at E3, and this show is all about games. So I think people are going to see, mind-blowing, great experiences.
20 games on stage.
Well, there's about 20.
Okay. Give or take a few. You might add another one at the last minute.
Now, you see, he pretty much just told a lie, and Jeff Keighley caught him up. I don't know if Jeff gonna get in trouble for that. But anyway, let's continue to listen on.
You never know, right?
So it's a great line for games. And I think people are going to love it, and then they're going to understand what we're trying to create and how it links games and entertainment, the functionality of the box, some of the advantages that you get of having a box that is designed to use an online state. So that, to me, is a future-proof choice, and I think people could have arguably gone the other way if we didn't do it, and fortunately we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360, that's your message if you don't, like it?
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device. I mean, seriously, when I read the blogs and thought about who's really the most impacted, there was a person who said, hey, I'm on a nuclear sub. Right. And I don't even know what it means to be on a nuclear sub, but I've got to imagine that it's not easy to get an internet connection.
Probably not playing Call of Duty multiplayer.
Well, but I mean, hey, I can't empathize where if I was on a sub, I'd be disappointed.
So there you have it. Don says if you don't have internet, go buy a 360 or stick with a 360. That's what we have for you if you don't have internet. Now, we'll get off of this. Now, when I typed in the Xbox One, this is what popped up. All the original Xbox pictures. And right here you can find the Xbox One. So, let's click on it, highlight it, I guess. But, let's get into what I want to talk about in this video. And my camera is adjusting and focusing, so it's ready. So, I don't typically do videos like these. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much, you know what I'm saying, one of the types that I don't want no system to fail. I never have wished that a system would fail. You know, I've been gaming for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Since the NES. I mean, that ain't longer than others, you know, because they can go back to Atari and all that, you know what I'm saying? But since I've been gaming, I have never ran across a system that I wanted to fail. I might have disliked it because it was beating my system. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I had a little bias, and and still to this day got a little bias. My preference is the Nintendo platform. So yeah, y'all pretty much know that. But when you come to my channel, you never see me bashing or throwing salt or throwing negativity towards anything Microsoft makes or anything Sony makes. Actually, I've often said that this generation, the PS3 was my favorite system. Now, it wasn't because of the games, but it was because of the totality of what the system could do. Playing Blu-ray, online services, all that, demo, download, all that. I just end up utilizing it a lot more than I did over the long haul with the Wii. But Nintendo is still my favorite company and my favorite franchises are on Nintendo. So the games I play more on Nintendo, but using the PS3 I use it the most. So I don't have no issue. I owned all 3 systems this gen. Now I said I won't do that next gen, but I did this gen. But let's get it in. I hope that this system, the Xbox One, fails. Not because I dislike Microsoft, not because of no fanboy, nothing. I just, the vision, what he's talking about, the vision and what this system represents, to me, doesn't need to succeed, because if it does, it could change gaming as we know it. The freedoms and the liberties that we have as gamers will be stripped away from us in a way that we are not really fully, you know what I'm saying, understanding. We know, but we really don't know. Now, I can understand if these guys came out and they tried to rectify or tried to bring understanding to the situation to where you can draw a proper conclusion or a proper picture of what they're trying to do. You're talking about the future. This is future proof. Will really explain to us as consumers, especially the folks that allowed you and bought your system and put you on the platform that you have today to be out in the front and to be considered the leading platform, the Xbox 360. Coming off of the Xbox, you would have never thought that Microsoft would be at the ham in the front in most of the gaming world's mind. But you are, because of those loyal fans that went out and purchased your Xbox and your Halos 2, your Halo 3, your Xbox 360, and everything that you made for those respective systems, the Kinects, and all the stuff that you do, bought the live, you know what I'm saying, service and all that, to just sit there and show no concern about those folks who generated all this momentum, all this hype, and all this attention for you, to be at the front and then turn around and pretty much tell them, look, thank you for getting us here, but we don't need you no more. If you don't have internet, too bad. Stick with what you got. We'll throw you some bones and some chicken wings every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Some rice, give you a cup of Kool-Aid. But for the most part, we ain't really concerned about what y'all concerned about. And to me, that bothers me. Because I'm a gamer. You know what I'm saying? At my core, I'm a gamer. I'm not a hardcore gamer. But I am a gamer. I play games a lot. Right? I buy them. If it look good to me, I'll buy it. You know, I would probably, even though I say I don't want to own all 3, I would have probably eventually ended up having all 3 systems in my house. But I know for a fact that the Xbox, with the understanding that we have right now, will never find a place, will never find a spot up on my entertainment shelf. Because of the message, because of the attitude, the total disgust, the total disregard of the folks that helped them get there, the ideal that they're trying to do with this system, pretty much telling me, you know what, if you want to play this game, if you want to lend this to your friend, you might as well just give it to them, because once they get it, it's theirs, and they're going to have to pay for it, and you won't be able to own it no more. You don't own nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're releasing this to you. So I can't go and trade a game in once I get tired of it. I can't lend it to a friend and let them check it out. I can't do none of those things. I got to have internet. I got to check in, or I can't even use my system. Mandatory check-ins, all that stuff, DRM, all this stuff I as a gamer, I don't really see this as the future. I hope this is not the future. I hope that when I buy a movie at Walmart or Best Buy or wherever, that when I come home, I can pop my DVD in the Blu-ray player or my Blu-ray in the Blu-ray player and watch my movie. If a friend come over and want to see it, I can lend it to him or her, and they can take it to their house and watch it. I hope this ain't the trend that's going to begin to trickle down and affect all other forms of entertainment. Because if this is successful and it start generating this color right here, green, with dead presidents on top, it won't be long before Sony, it won't be long, yes, before Nintendo starts to follow the same path that Microsoft is leading. Now, I believe Nintendo would hold off as long as they could, but money is money, people. At the end of the day, they trying to make money. They trying to stay in the green. And if it's generating the funds that if we're all forced to go that way, it will eventually generate, they going to go the same way. And then you will see the movie industry and the music industry start to do and see the same thing. To where they start making equipment to where you can't pop your CD into your CD player in the car. Your CD won't play until you pay. I don't know. It could be possible. But I feel like this need to be put out there with ET and all the Ataris in a landfill somewhere. They need to find a spot, put this system right there, so that along with that stuff, so Microsoft can learn and see that this is not what the fans that helped them get to where they are wants or deserves. Now, I see a lot of videos on this YouTube community. I see what a lot of people saying. Some people defending this and showing little remorse, little concern. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you got the money. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you can afford it. I can afford it. I could afford the PS3 when it came out, but for the simple fact that you think I'm going to go pay that because I just want to have a PS3, you was out your mind. So I waited until the price cut came. Right? Just because you think I'm just so gung-ho about your system and your product, you think you can I'm just going to run out and buy it? I don't care. I got the money to do a lot of things, people. It ain't about money. But at the same time, there's a lot of folks that don't have the money. There's a lot of folks that don't have access to internet, not because they can't pay for it, because of where they at, where they're located at. This, to me, this might be the future, but it ain't the now. It ain't where we at now. This is forced. This is an attempt to make more money and generate more funds for a greedy company. And to me, anyone that, you know what I'm saying, puts into that and put money into that and feed this beast is not only hurting themselves, but they hurting all the ones that's looking at this for what it is. Microsoft has not come out and explained what they're doing. They're totally deboing the internet. You can't. They're going everywhere and taking stuff down, not allowing you to speak out. They blocked this boy's channel and won't let him put the video up. All this. And you're going to support a system that's that dogmatic about what they're trying to do. So wait, what happens when you get their system? What happens when you're under their control? Because that's all it's about, is control. What happens when you're under their control, when you're under their finger and they're telling you what to do? I'm not going to use the language all these other folks use. But what happens when you're in that position? You know, I know a lot of people get mad at what I say. And if you can't handle me, you know what I'm saying, don't follow me. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, like what I say, don't follow me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to say what I feel, and when I feel it, I'm going to say it. This is how I feel. I believe that this system needs to find a landfill and be covered up with 8 tons of dirt and then put another ton of sand on top of that and some more until we can't see it, and grass grow over and the trees prop up and they put other stuff for kids to play outside over it, a whole park or something. That's what needs to happen with this, because Microsoft is tripping. I understand you're trying to block people from stealing your stuff, all this, that, and a third. I don't really care, man. This is not what the people who got you to where you are deserves. This is not what they want. They're speaking all in unison, in harmony. and you just act as if we don't care because y'all got the platform that y'all needed to get. Y'all use these people. They use the Xbox fan base. They used them. They used them, and they used them bad. It's so obvious that me not even being an Xbox fan is offended about how these people got used, how they got played. Now, you know, like I said, this ain't no fanboyness. This ain't no, oh, I love Nintendo. Yeah, I like Nintendo. I'm going to defend Nintendo. And anybody that got a problem with that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you don't have to follow me. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of other folks you can go tune into. But this ain't got nothing to do with that. I listen to all these. I got into this community because I wanted to keep people honest. You know, I'm talking about journalists and analysts and all those who have platforms who claim to speak for me and you and everyone that is listening to me. I got in to go at them. That's why if you follow me on Twitter, I say what I say. I make people mad. I make people stop following me. I make people block me. But, you know, that's how I feel. If you claim to be a journalist, be a journalist. Be fair and balanced across the board. Okay, don't try to play righteous and all that stuff. Be fair. But this ain't one of those situations. This is, to me, the whole gaming universe, the whole gaming community. Sony fans, Nintendo fans, Microsoft fans all need to come on one accord with this and be like, no, we don't want this because this is going to affect all of us in the long run. So I hope that this system fails. This is a first for me. I have never wished that a system would fail, but I truly do, from the depth of my heart, wish that this thing right here with the eye watching and listening to you and trying to tell you what to do and trying to control you fails. And if you like Xbox and that offends you, I'm sorry. But that's how I feel, and I wish you would feel the same way. I'm signing out. Deuces.